So our project this week is going to be Simplicity 3835, which is this pattern here. I'm going to make the longer tunic dress that's here. It's a tunic, it's got a couple of pockets, gathered neckline. I'm going to make it with the tie arms that's on this one you can see here, give it a little bit more character. I'm going to make it in this blue corduroy. I love corduroy. I think it's a perfect fabric for skirts and dresses. I think I must have been dressed in this quite a lot as a kid, so it just has lots of childhood memories for me, I don't know why. And I think this lovely blue will be good on the dress. And I'm going to put some accents of a different colour on the pockets and the arm bits as well. I'm going to need about 2 meters of the corduroy. Also going to need a zip, 20-inch zip, and some, obviously thread, etc. And that should do me. Let's see how I get on. I'm going to make my sample version first out of Swedish tracing paper as usual to do the fitting. And as a practice run, so I always have 2 goes anyway before I do the real thing. And yeah, let's see how I get on. Hi, I'm back and I've made my my toile out of Swedish tracing paper. I'm pretty happy with the sizing actually. As you can, if I put it down, you'll see it actually fits quite well around the hips. And the bust and that, and the neckline seems good. I haven't sewed it in as neatly as I would have done for the real thing, but yeah, that's looking pretty good. I might take a touch out of the side here. I haven't decided yet. I mean, obviously corduroy is a bit of a thicker material, so I might see whether that comes in just a touch on that side there into the arms. I've 2 changes I am going to make though is the pockets, and there's a pocket here. It's way too over the side for my liking, and there would be another one here. I'm going to bring them in at least to there, I think, on mine. So I've got 2 just like that. Also, I've managed to sew the ties on the arm, they're on the wrong way around. You can see on here, if I tie those up, they'd be on the inside, and they should really be on the outside. So I've got to remember to do that the right way around on the real thing. Apart from that, it was being absolutely simple. The only thing that was a bit confusing was which way around the neck went. I think that was just me being a bit stupid. So I just couldn't quite see how it went in. And obviously I'd do all this sort of gathering a lot more neater on the real thing. So right, with that I'm going to take this apart and use it as my pattern. And I'll show you in more detail as I go along with the real thing. Okay, see ya. So here's all my pieces laid out ready for cutting. Now the one alteration I'm going to do is making the width of the sleeves at the end a little bit thicker. So you can see here I've marked out a little bit of extra on the sides leading up to where it's going to join with the armhole, so that still stays the same size. I just found it a bit tight, and I'm going to wear this dress with a jumper underneath, so I want a bit more room in there. And apart from that, it's all done. So step 1 is actually to do the pockets that go on the front of the dress, and it's actually one of the most tricky ones to get a good, nice looking finish. These pockets need to have a seam folded over, and you want a nice round corner. An easy way to do that is to get a piece of cardboard cut to the same shape as the pocket. But using a ruler and a French rule, cut out slightly under what the pocket's going to be to use as a guide when you're folding over your seam allowance. I'm going to cut this, and it gives you a good edge to measure again, so you know you're going to get nice round corners. So when I start pressing that in, I know that's going to give me a nice sharp corner. So now, using that technique, I've put on a bit of contrasting fabric as a bit of binding across the top of the pocket, so slightly different from the pattern. As you can see with those edges, they're certainly a lot neater than I'll be able to get by hand. So, right, I'm going to go and sew those on. Quick interlude. I've been going through the steps. It's all been fairly simple and right up to the neckline, but to show everything doesn't always go absolutely right, I've managed to burn the interfacing onto the iron. I'm scraping it off with a spatula. Oh well. Here's the finished dress. I'm very pleased with it. They're very easy to use. The constructions are very, very easy. I only did the alterations I mentioned, so I can make the sleeves a little bit wider than most, and I've moved the pockets a little bit more to the front. Everything else is exactly as the pattern, and I've done. Well, I did do the contrast material on these bits on the pocket rooms here. No major disasters. Well, as you've already seen, I did burn the interfacing onto the iron, and also because I was finishing it off quite late last night, I managed to sew the zip in 3 times the long way around. I just have a complete mental block with zips. It's nothing to do with the pattern. It's just me being an idiot. I even managed to sew it in upside down at one point. I don't know. So yeah, fantastic. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it looks really good in the cord, and yeah, a success.